Hey Hebrew fans, this is Todd. So today I'm going to open up the new Orko and the Man-at-Arms from Super 7. These are the 5.5 figures, so it's 5.5 inches. Matches with the old He-Man line from the 80s. Let's go ahead and open these up. First thing you'll notice, if you want to display these on a shelf, they have this edge right here that unfortunately makes it so that it cannot stand on its own. It will keep falling over. So you need to put something underneath it in order to prop it up so that it will sit properly on your shelf. So just as a heads up, if you want to display these and you don't want to punch out the middle thing, um, just what I use is just these little wedges here you can get from the hardware store, painted them white, and you can stack them all different heights by sliding them and everything else and create exactly what you need in order to stack your figures on there. And it works really well for keeping your figures up, especially if you have multiples of them. I've also used small pieces of plastic underneath there and other things as well, like the ones you use for your toilet in the back to shim it up. So those work good too. All right, so with that, let's go ahead and open up Orko first. So first of all, here he looks in the package. He's got some cool stuff in there. There's his face. Oops. And here is the back of the package. So you can see it shows his magic burst goes in his left hand and push on a smooth surface and you can race in action. So I'm guessing there's probably no pullback. It's probably just pushing with your hands. Then it shows other figures you can have in the line. So we have, of course, He-Man and Orko, we know, Prince Adam, um, Tila, Man-at-Arms, and of course She-Ra. And there's some evil warriors too. It's just interesting they didn't just throw something in here. I'm surprised they didn't put something in there. Um, but oh well. So let's go ahead and open this up. Oh, one thing that's also cool too to look at is the box art that they have. And that is just so amazing. It's funny. You can see that Orko dropped eggs on Man-at-Arm's hand and he's yelling at him. And it's just kind of funny. And of course, they have the last Laughing Adam head. So if you have the Laughing Adam, you can recreate the scene yourself for the figures. All right. So with all ado, let's go ahead and open up Orko. Now, you probably noticed I watch my videos, I'm not collecting all the 5x5 Super 7 stuff, just some of it. I wanted to get a new Orko. I don't have the original, so it'd be kind of cool to get this one because it doesn't have some of the strange artifacts that the other one had from the 80s for its motion and stuff. He looks more like the cartoon. And here's a card that comes with it. From Toy to Tune. And you can see the original toy, how it looked compared to the new one. And the new one actually, I think, has a much more better aesthetic and matches the cartoon better, but I like it the way it looks so far. Let's pull him out of there. So there is our Orko. He's pretty small. Let me just lower this camera down so you can look at him straight on. And he does have his wheels, so you can push him. Burp. Now, normally he floats kind of in the air a little bit, so you could take and try to get a flight stand to make him stand a little bit higher. And let's take a look at his accessories. Let's see what we got here. All right, we have the Magic Burst, which is supposed to go on his hand right here. Ta-da! Whoop! Ta-da! So now it looks like he's bursting some kind of magic burst. And that's kind of fun. I mean, it's not really spectacular, but okay. And we have a magic wand. It looks more like some kind of a beater or mixer for mixing up pancakes or something. Now I notice his wrists do not turn, so very limited articulation, just his arms go up and down. And his head does rotate. And his hat does not come off, but his head, well, it's probably not supposed to come off. I can see now it's supposed to be glued in there, but that glue didn't stick very well. So I'm not really sure exactly what's going on with this. Maybe your head won't turn because it looks like it's supposed to be glued in there. I can't tell. Let's put that back on there. Very interesting. You can see the shininess of the glue. It actually feels kind of sticky, so not sure what's going on. Hey, Adam, a Grayskull. So he comes with a flower. Now, for those that know, is this the black flowers, the one that's supposed to be the drugs from the Count Marzo episode? If it is, that's kind of messed up to give that to Orko. It's supposed to be like the kid of the show, but okay. And then we have a staff. I don't know what this is supposed to be. I'll just put it in his hand. Some other kind of magic wand. I guess I have seen him use his magic wand before in the cartoon. So he's got lots of different accessories that doesn't quite fit in his hand very well. Maybe it's supposed to be something else. I don't know. Let's look at the back of the box, see if it explains. And nope, it just talks about that one accessory and that's it. All right, so that's Orko. I wish they would have added a wrist articulation right here. That'd have been cool. Wouldn't have taken much more for that. Again, let me know in the comments if your guys' head turns or if it's supposed to be glued in. I could see, like I said, there's all paint around there and it's sticky like there was glue on there, but I really don't know. I'm just curious if mine just, the glue snapped on it so it works, or if it was just from the paint making it. Yeah, because you can feel this part turns right here. And so I'm guessing the head is supposed to be glued in there. Very strange. All right, so that's it for Orko. Let's slide that aside. And now let's open up Man at Arms. Bum, bum, bum. Now, when I was a kid, Man at Arms was one of my favorites. And he just reminded me of my best friend, JR, growing up, Junior. And JR was like a really smart guy, and he did all kinds of cool stuff with electronics and everything. And so Man at Arms always reminded me of my friend JR. And here is the thing that comes included with it. Again, it goes from toy to tune, and you can see the cool comic version here. That's kind of cool. And then, I should have shown you this earlier, there is the artwork, and there's Man at Arms that just, you know, smacking Beast Man. Kind of cool. So let's take a look. Now, Man at Arms does have the same kind of legs we've seen with He-Man in the other videos. This one is tight on this side. I'm not going to force it. I'll get some hot water later and work with it because I don't want to break it. And his arms articulate. It's pretty stiff though. And his armor is a separate piece, so it does come off. So that's cool on his arms. And it looks like his armor on his body is also a separate piece and connects just like the He-Man armor did that we saw with the Super 7 He-Man. It's just about the same kind of armor. So that works pretty good. All right. One bad thing is because they put this buckle so low, you can't slide the armor up. I remember when I was a kid, I used to take my Man at Arms and I would take and slide the armor up and push his head down like it was something he was breathing inside. I'm like, with this one here, his head's not rubber at all, and so you can't put him inside that mask there. Now, I don't know what that mask is supposed to actually be for breathing or not, but when I was a kid, that was always kind of fun to do. Let's take a look at his accessories. Let's see, get him to stand here. Stand, Man at Arms, stand. Now, if this leg was freed, he could probably stand better. So, again, I'll have to get some hot water and free that leg so I don't snap it. And if you do want to see what to do after you break your He-Man leg, I got a video on when I fixed my He-Man. So if you do break He-Man or Man at Arms, watch that video. It is kind of lengthy. So we do have this freeze ray that fits in his hand. Now, in the cartoon, they use two hands to hold it. And obviously, if they were going to make that, it'd be super, super, super wide. And that'd be kind of ridiculous. So it doesn't quite work that way. In the cartoon, it also stood on its own on the table. So he could work on it. And this one just kind of flops because the legs are so small. But it is kind of cool. It's very reminiscent of the cartoon. For those that know me well, they know that I've actually created this in 3D and printed one just like it years ago that actually did have larger feet so it would stand, and it was actually made to fit the Classics Man at Arms, so I made it extra wide to fit. And it had the extra piece right here on top that came out as well. It's a smaller piece that comes out with a circle on it in the cartoon. But I guess they opted not to do that. I also added stuff on the back to show controls, being this was never shown in the cartoon, and I figured it gave me liberty to create whatever I wanted to. So, but you can see Super 7 just made it flat, which I wish they'd have put some detail on there since we don't know what's there, but everything else is detailed out, so you'd think that would have something on there as well. All right, here's his club, big round club. It does fit in his hand. fits nicely. And of course, now he can club people. Let's go and do a comparison. So here we have Man-at-Arms, and here we have the old Man-at-Arms. Now this is actually not the real old Man-at-Arms. This is actually a commemorative figure. You can tell because the feet are indented here with the lip on it. And also his head's a little bit different shaped than the original Man-at-Arms, but it's very similar of it, so I'll use this for my comparison. So first of all, the rubber band is not standard. I had that myself so I can put weapons on his back. But look at the actual the actual clubs, and you can see the maces are two different sizes, and then also the armor is not as detailed, which is per the cartoon. That makes sense. The cool thing is this has double arm armor, which we've always wanted, and double leg armor, which is just basically the boot being shaped and painted as opposed to one. Now I used to always take and put a second leg armor on my Man-at-Arms, and I'd have one Man-at-Arms running around without one, so that's kind of the difference. I do really like the mustached head. Again, I wish it was soft rubber because I'd yank it off here and stick it on here. But since it's not soft rubber, it will be a real pain to get that head off. But other than that, pretty cool. I do like this figure. It's one of the figures Super 7's made that I actually do like. And you can see next to the Skeletor, which is also a fun figure, they do fit nicely with the aesthetic of the cartoon. So there you go. All right. So that is all I have right now for these. So let me know what you think, and leave the comments in the bottom. In case you're wondering, this is the He-Man that I have altered. You can see how he's not quite as shiny, and his legs now have the older rubber bands in them instead of having the movable joints. And if you want to see the video on that, I do have it posted on my YouTube channel. Check it out. And that's all I got. Stay tuned. I will have some more videos today on some interesting stuff, including, oh, what are they called? Oh, well, stay tuned. You'll see them. Anyway, thanks for watching, you guys. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next video. Actually, Prince Adam looks cool next to him, too. They fit pretty nice. All right. Thanks again.